Right, hello, we're back and we're playing OTTD and we're playing our island game. And for those of you who are just ad hoc joining, the idea is we have this map and we're basically trying to connect pretty much everything, all the primary industries and towns. So from the cargo flow, you can see that decent work has been done. And there's still a fair bit to go. So I'm going to try to cover a portion of this island. Realistically, it's going to take more than one episode. So let's just get on with things. So I kind of have the metal works going ish, but these are all new. Um, they're just to hook in something else. So first up, usual, we get towns covered and preferably hotels. Except, yeah, that'll do. I mean, that one's obviously going to have to be a slightly separate adventure. And this. Uh, yeah, this place is going to be fun. In fact, why don't we attempt to get on with things? So I'm thinking we need, most of all, to get up here. So I'm trying to avoid bits and bobs of this town so that they don't totally hate me for chopping down their trees. Otherwise, I'll have to drive them with more trees, which is not really something I'd like. It also will have to come through here, so that's kind of what I started and then gave up, I guess, because it's a terrible idea. Probably not this. What am I doing? I want this. Yeah, because I'll have to do a few things here. One being no, I want this. And then I can kind of have a, in fact, it's not too optimal, but yeah, I could do that. And this is obviously not going to work in its current state. Yeah, I'm conscious of this and some of the other things. Yeah, and that's probably okay. I mean, this is just not going to work. Fine. That's unfortunate. I do still know Oh, come on. They all look the same. They now have issues here, I think. Or not. It's a bit weird. No, it's just in a very bad spot. If I do that. It's less bad. Ish. Nope. Keep pressing the button. So actually that's not too bad because I can do something like this and then we can essentially have a dock here. And we'll have to come through here anyway. I'm thinking. So I obviously want to come up here. Nope. Why not? Yeah, there you go. It's a bit awkward, but does a job. And then I can try to connect some of it in here. So one thing is just clean up all this mess. And then kind of do this. It's a little uncommon, but works, I guess. So then this is all connected, which is good. That gets the formed, so to say. I'm going to not care about this for the time being. We'll have to come up here. Just kind of thinking if I do away with all this, almost. And that's obviously not going to fly. Hmm. And that's not going to work either. Sugar. That wouldn't work. Move it up by one. That. Yeah, that will kind of work. There you go. It's a bit awkward, but does function-ish. And then I can do that eventually. That's fine. That's why I said this island's going to be more than one episode, because it's a bit tricky. And these guys already hate me, so that's great. Obviously, double quote's great. That should work, ish, up until this point anyway. If I move all this further back, that might work. So do that. Go away. Yeah, like that. It's very awkward, but works. Then just need to connect this up. In fact, I don't want this. So we can put stuff here, like around. Something there or here. And when I know I could just level the whole hill, but it's more fun this way. Is music on? It's supposed to be on. It's just a bit quiet. There you go. Sorted. And then something up here or kind of here, and then that still does scrap metal. It doesn't matter really. So they already have a dock. This is what they need, and then they can hate me all they want. Obviously, this would be more beneficial, but yeah. Where's zoning? Interesting. I'm sure I can turn on zoning somewhere. Yes. Ah, so actually out here, really. that's not really going to fit. Yeah, no, I'll have to bribe them with trees. Either bribe them with trees or some such. I mean, once we actually get people in there, it's going to be much better anyway. I now need to turn this off. Don't zone. Okay. So that actually covers a large part of my headache. Obviously, the coal mine needs doing here, but that's kind of going to be a next part. Like I want to deal with the people element mostly, most of all. And so I'm thinking the other is obviously this. So putting something here would be useful. So if I do this, I mean, we don't need that. I think that should be okay. Then I want to make sure that, do I want to come up here before I mean, I kind of do, but not quite. So what I want to achieve in this spot really is more, well, I don't have to do this because it's not primary industry. I have to do that. Let me think. Yeah, I don't actually want to do this. Not in its current shape anyway. I would much rather come through here sort of thing. I mean, I kind of have to come up here though. It's not the end of the world. Let me think. So you haven't actually seen it because I want to finish this one first, as in this whole playthrough. I started playing TT Classic, the one from the early 90s, and there's going to be, 100 years of gameplay for that. But like, you just can't do so many things in that game. Like, you can't do this. It's not possible. So everything is like single click, single click. Okay, so in terms of people, that serves this, and then ships can go through here. I don't particularly want to I don't want to cut through here too much, but I will have to come up here, which means this road may need to, well, actually, does it though? Because if I do this, or one further back, because I don't think I can do this. I can do this. Okay, lazy wood. That covers both this and the town, and then that saves me a headache, or 5. That's for the hotel. That's for the town. So the obvious thing I'm trying to achieve here is this. We'll have to deal with this. So, which means kind of just have to come in here and cut up everything. Nope. So I could do that, and I'm just going to buy this plot where they get ideas. And then we'll obviously cut through here as well, and there and a few other places. So there's going to be a lot of cutting. I mean, yeah, this episode's just going to be like that. So in terms of town coverage, so that's sorted. And I'm thinking if I move all this back a little, yeah, that's not a terrible idea. This one. And we can actually probably put it, I almost said to stop, but yeah, indeed, that is not a bad idea. So change of plans. 'Cause if I do it someplace here, then that will cover both of the farms. We'll need a pit here or a dock for the pit here. Hello, cat. I don't think you heard that, but there's a cat meowing. Cat, why meowing? You'll get food in 1 minute. Now. And she's off. I mean, that's kind of fine. I don't think the town's going to creep out here in the coming 5 minutes. It's okay. Slightly bugs my OCD, but it's going to stay as is. If you weren't following religiously, the reason why I'm rebuilding the roads is purely because why not? Like, we're obviously not using any roads. I'm not even allowed to, so. As in, it's being actively disabled. I mean, the roads haven't been disabled, but road vehicles have, so. Okay, I need to make some changes here. I'm sure this could be done better, but never mind. But look, you get a faster bridge that no one will ever use. Lol. That's obviously not going to work. But I do need to do something with this. So I'm thinking, out of curiosity, I want to keep this hill. The obvious issue is that yeah, that won't work. This could work, but then I need to do this, and then that's not quite going to work because I need, yeah, no. Go away. I mean, it kind of covers things, except I can't do this. Great. Nope. I want this. Come on, do as I say. Oh well. Come on. This would be easier if I actually use the classic buttons, not, yeah. I think these guys don't yet hate me. Although, mind you, I know I said no to this before, but yeah, some such. There you go. And well, I mean, it's kind of largely pointless. Or is it? Oh no, this one's I don't care about this. In fact, I so don't care about this that I don't even want to be confused by it. And then I actually don't think I care about this because there's like no benefit. Well, no, yeah, no, I can't do anything there. So I'm not going to keep any of these because they're just confusing. I'm sure in half an hour's time I'll realize that, oh, I forgot something. And then, anyway. So we'll just put something here. And that includes parts of the town. And we'll deal with the pit later because it's obviously not a town. That's for this mostly. We still have half an hour. As I said, this episode's not, well, it may be interesting, hopefully anyway. But it's not going to be particularly, I don't know what that word is. We're not going to have completion. Totally not the right word, but hey. Nope. Okay, so we can put this here. I'd probably rather have them separate, but hey ho. So town. The hotel has a dock, which is good. It's one of the more obscure town layouts. That's a given. I know I skipped it. Pixiegate. Yeah, this is for this mistaken identity. Okay, let's go back to this one because thinking. So I don't know why they gave me a dislike for that one. I don't think there's a penalty for building on farmland. That's pixie wood. Doesn't matter. So there's pixie wood and pixie gate. I remember doing a pixie town. Not totally crazy. Okay, this is going to be one of those stops, docks, whatever you want to call it. That's just kind of casually going to serve half of everything. So the obvious issue is that I can't bridge this. Can't bridge that. Because the other thing, okay, I'm just going to build this out because what I want is to come up generally in this direction because we need that and this, and this is a very badly, so it's, no, I was about to say it's a badly laid out island. It's not, it's just a little more challenging than the usual. And in that respect, it's actually good. Not just the usual boring. So I want that out. And this. How the I came out of that. Stupid idea. So besides the kind of obvious symptom, I'm thinking if I, let's try the other way. Like having something here, except that's not really going to cover the town and then they get unhappy. Well, no, stupid thing. Okay, I'm totally pressing the wrong buttons. If I do some such, that's fine. And I know that I had something that was bugging my OCD, which was this. I mean, if the idea is just that we have to have a road, we don't have to have it here. But the problem is, I think the next available, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Except I won't, because I can't. I was about to say I could bridge here, but obviously not an option. Can't do here, can't do there. So, I mean, that leaves us with something like that. And then what ends up happening is this. Okay. So that actually does just people part of the island. We don't care about anything else for the moment. I mean, I think apart from my laptop nagging me for a restart, this will take at least one whole more episode, but realistically two. Because there's just a lot to cover in this island. I don't think it makes any difference, but That should give them a reasonable number of servicing opportunities. Good. That ugly road layout wasn't me. What also wasn't me is this. I'm now doing a visual check on my divine work. Just looking if I missed something glaringly obvious. But no, or it's not glaring enough. Apart from not having a few of these around. Okay, so let's get on with the people business. I'll list my ships. I have one small ship. We're losing 20 million people. Again, if you're just want them out. In fact, this is not particularly sensible, but so the reason why we're doing so badly on the financials of people transportation, hold on. If you haven't been following, that is because we have cargo distribution enabled for humans. I start here, which is a terrible name. The one glaringly obvious thing is that I don't have a dock here. Which then kind of brings along the problem that do F off. Yeah, so people kind of want to go places, which doesn't help. It's not a people thing. And so they get very itchy about perceived mislocation. I know there's no such word, but I'm making up new words. Mislocation. That was a stupid idea. Okay, anyway, so this goes in some logic. Okay, I want to keep this one here. And the idea is that we start here, do this. Okay, 5. No, we can go more. 6, 7. And just come back here. In fact, do that. So all of you go except you. We have short of 15 minutes. So I don't actually mind some overlaps with other places. This is far from what anyone would call fortunate. Okay, go there. It's just bad. Hang on. 5, 6, 7. Has to be the stupidest way to go. Then just do exactly the same thing. Probably stop here. Then just for the sake of it, stop here too. I'll be looking at this in a few hours thinking, why am I having a passenger boat stopping at a bunch of bushes? Ah, okay, off you go. So we did these two, which is to say this one's missing. Okay, fine. So we'll start here, because that's kind of useful, and then can go up this genetic direction. Yeah. That one. Six. Maybe come here and then also kind of stop on the way back. So because of the cargo distribution, like we'll be losing money on this stuff anyway, but maybe it's a bit less if we allow people to mingle the way they want. I also just want something that comes through here and goes back, just to basically offset exactly the same thing. So cheese pool, Snoozwick, obscurely named because it's boneyard, and then actually famous last words were done. Okay. Right. So I am also thinking that we're going to use this furnace because it's already kind of being used. But we need something to take it. We're also going to kind of warm stuff up. So the next, we have 10 minutes, which is not going to be enough. How many coal mines we have? 1, 2, just 2. How many scrapyards we have? 4. Let's just like zoom out. 5. There are 5 scrapyards, 2 coal mines, and 1 iron mine. So what we'll do is focus on the scrapyards first of all. I'm just looking at time. I'd love to finish the scrapyard stuff, but I don't think I have enough time for that. So we'll do stop here, stop there. I'm pretty sure this does cover, yes. And then that's being kind of hooked into. So do that. So that's 2. And then clone 1. And go and pick up these at least 2. 2. Actually, could pick up here because I can clone more of this ship, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And then that covers, it's 180, just so I have an idea what's going on. 160, 180, they're all rubbish. 250, 288. Yeah, it's not going to win. We're covering more. Okay, so that actually leaves us with the coal mine and the iron mine, and I'm actually going to do that in the next iteration because we're at 53 minutes and I want to hook in the ports, which then, kind of boost our capability to make more stuff. So I am going to stop here, save game, and thank you for your kind attention. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope that was enjoyable. And any comments, thoughts, opinions, shares, likes, whatnots, please do. And I shall see you next time. Bye bye.